You're not profitable yet, it's okay, don't worry about it. You know, they say that master at anything in life is not that they're really good at everything. No, they're really good at their basics. They have mastered the basic correctly. First, I'm going to show you some philosophy. Then after that, we're going to go jump into the chart and I'm going to show you how to do our first and foremost key levels. Very important. I'll see you on the other side. If you truly love yourself and you claim that you have self-love, why do you care about people's opinion more than yours? Now, let me put you in perspective. How about instead of proving anyone out there in 2025 that you are making it, or you're grinding, or you're hard, or you're about to be successful, all of these claims, keep it for yourself and work in silence. Work, work, work. Nonetheless, the only person that you're gonna now on impress is going to be yourself. And key levels, it's a very important tool that you can utilize them on any single market. It will give you the direction of the trend. It gives you a supportive resistance. Also, it gives you a better opportunity to have a risk to ratio. This one specifically, you could see that we are basically on a trendy market. So what do we have here? We have lows and we have highs. Highs here and lows. Well, obviously this is a higher low and it gives you an impression of basically a triangle formation, but it's not the case. You know, when you look at it really broadly, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to look at this and know that we're in a trendy market. Okay, this is a 4-hour time frame, and you should bear in mind that there's a high probability for a longer term that we have a trendy market. And it's not necessarily just because you have key levels or technical tools that you are assured that this is going to go higher. No, absolutely not. What is going to give you as an assurance is, it's a game of probability, don't forget this, but the assurance that you're gonna have is where are the zone where there's a lot of liquidity, demand, and supplies, okay? Now, we're gonna have our first tool that I like. It's going to be the extension of this key level. So I'm gonna draw my first one. I see one specifically here, one very, I mean, it's pretty obvious, this one. And the reason, there's just one rule in key level. Well, few rules. You never want to force your key levels, okay? First and foremost, don't ever force them. What does it mean force? I'll give you an example. If I would have put that key level, so you see that point here, that wick, right? Imagine I'm like, I want to be more meticulous. I'm going to put it right here. Well, that is forcing your key level. Reason being is you're inside of the body of the candlestick. You never want to be inside of a body. It could be sometimes slightly inside of it, like 1/10 of it, but not like that. Absolutely not. Especially here, you could see that you're literally inside of it. And if I go on a 15 minutes, you'll see how choppy it is. Like, you would have assumed that this key level has been broken, you could take a trade on the downside, and you do tremendous amount of mistake simply because you haven't watched my videos. Just kidding, but I'm not kidding. 4-hour time frame, you go there, and the way to draw them, okay, you don't want to force them. That's the first rule you want to remember. The second one is you want to touch as much as wick as possible. Okay, that's it, that's all. You want to touch as much as wick as possible. The moment you touch as much as them, then you have a better key level. So if I draw it properly, this is exactly the righteous way. Wait, I'm actually going to go a little bit forward to see it perfectly, and voila. That is perfect, my friends. You see, that's the way you want to draw key levels. And now, just to confirm how does it look like on a 1 hour, for example, we're gonna go there and look at it key level. What is that here? Let's remove those lines. So you could see that every time we've touched this key level, we had a bounce, okay? Why did we have a bounce? Well, they want to follow the trend, as simple as that. Do you solely trade with key level? Absolutely not. If you see a trader, a guru, a YouTuber telling you that his strategy is all about key levels and another indicator, run away, my friend. Take your money, run away. Don't try to simply trade with key level. It is an impossibility, my friends. If that would have been the case, we'd see a lot of successful young folks, but it's not the case. Okay, you want to be a profitable trader, key level is 1% of literally all of your trading. You can add it up with Fibonacci's, you can add it up with support resistance, you can add it up with your moving average, liquidity zones, you can add it up with the comprehension of the storyline. I mean, there's so much, and it's just the first out of many videos that I want to provide with you guys. So key level, these were the rule. Don't force them. Second, touch as much as wick as possible. And third, it's not perfect. Okay, sometime you will touch a little bit of the wick. Sometime it'll be a little bit weird. You're not sure. It's okay. Trading is not perfect. Don't try to be a perfectionist. I mean, it's an art. Okay, so you do them. You go back to your journal, and you've done a mistake. You reassess, and you go back and you redo them, and then you reassess again. That's the way to do it, as simple as that. And I'm gonna save you a lot of time. Watch this full video till the end to understand what are key levels, how to draw them, and how to actually make them into your profitable strategy, okay? So this key level, what I like to, I mean, when I see a beautiful key level like this that has been utilized perfectly in the history of the price action, like for example this, I mean, you cannot get more precise than that. This here as well, you see this. So when it bounced on top of this, we call them a support. And when it come back down and it try to test it, it's a resistance. So support, resistance, support, resistance, support, you know, support turns to resistance, resistance turns to support. Basic technical laws of trading. Same thing here. You can see how perfectly it was utilized here as well. I mean, look at that. Look at this beauty here. Look at this precision, how beautiful it is. And we can go further on to see if there's any other historical price right there. We're literally on the 20th of March, 2024. And this key level has been utilized once again perfectly. Went all the way up here, and then afterward we went 400 pips on the downside. Can you imagine 400 pips? How much that key level was so utilized? I mean, bots, when they went all the way up here, or human, whatever, when they went toward that specific key level, they couldn't broke it, so they went all the way down. So what does it tell you into the future? Well, this key level need to be used, and as far as I see in today's pattern, okay, new year, you could see that it has been utilized perfectly. Okay, now let's look at this key level. Keep going further down the past. We are seeing, well, you can see, I mean, the example is pretty straightforward. You understand that the point of reference is at least 2 touch, okay? At least 2 to 3 touch. If there's not 2 to 3 touch, it's not a key level. Forget it, let it be, and don't try to force it. Okay. What else do I see? I see another key level. It is less obvious, this one. You see, you can draw this one like that. Let me just get closer to see it perfectly. Yeah, like this. That's an example of non-perfect example of a key level. This is not the most refined, cleanest key level, but it sure is one that has been utilized. For example, every time we've touched the resistance of this key level, so from the inside of it, it went all the way down. So it's been utilized this whole time. For how long? Well, let's see. For 12 days. For 12 days, every time we went up, touched it, came all the way down. And the moment we have broken that zone, watch this. They broke that zone, came all the way down, break. So here we call this a break. Let's go on a 15 minutes. It's gonna be much cleaner. So you see this one. Broke the zone, call this a break, came all the way down here, hook, and then go. All right, simple as that. Break the zone, test the zone once again. So resistance turned into support, support turned into a trend. How beautiful is that? Now, this is an example of one that is not the most perfect key level. For example, this could have been a fake out. That's the reason why I told you, you never want to trade solely on key levels. It broke here, tested the zone, and then went all the way up. So a lot of traders, you know, they went something like that. You know, they put their take profit all the way high here, put the stop loss somewhere here, 4 to 1. You're happy, you're thinking that you're gonna make a lot of pips, and then next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. You were woke up very early in the morning, you've done your study, you're happy with your key level strategy, and boom, you got stopped out, 47 pips on the stop loss. Why? Well, I mean, like I told you, you cannot just trade only solely on key levels, okay? So it broke the zone, went all the way down for at least, 180 pips. You've broken every single one here that had stop losses. Smart money concept, they have made tons of money, okay? Just because some folks are following very naive strategy that is solely on key levels. So make sure that you watch every single of my videos where I am going to show you a series of professional tools that you want to utilize them perfectly, okay? Next key level, so might as well, while we at it, we're in a 15-minute candlestick. It can get very complicated because each time frame has their own key levels. So I see one here, very simple one. Okay. I can basically clone this one and draw it. Let me see properly. Yeah, like this. So this, again, it's an example of a 15-minute candlestick. You can get very in the nitty-gritty. This is a channel, okay? When you see two key level parallel to each other, we call this a channel, okay? And that channel, basically it says in any word, it's a channel where the price is bouncing on and off on top of it, like a ping pong type of effect, okay? We are in the support here, and then it goes to this resistance, well, resistance of this key level, right? Then went all the way to the support. Which support? They broke the zone. Why? Because we have a moving average of 100 moving average of a daily candlestick. They could have done it. Why? Because, I mean, why not? They grabbed so much liquidity here, okay? Just because there's a lot of traders that are solely trading only by key levels and channels. Now you see that this is a channel. You can have a channel, you can have a key level, you can have a sort of support resistance. There's so many ways you can use key level. Like this one, I could basically clone it and draw it just like that. And here you have a beautiful other channel on the downside, which will give you a beautiful edge into your strategy. See right here, and these ones as well, and you see how perfect it was here. Leaked. See, again, this is not perfect, but it's okay, it's part of the game. This is trading. And now if you go on a 4 hour, I'll give you an example of why you can have so many sort of channel. 4 hours, see, again, it's clean, not clean. It's not the most cleanest key level, but yet it is being perfectly utilized. So you can have all the wavelength of this perfect key level or channel, if you like to call it so, in this specific example, okay? And last but not least, may I give you another example? Yes, right there. Oh, you have this channel that has been quite successfully used. I'll start from here and draw just like that. Perfect. So you see that specific key level, okay? You have few touches, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touch that is being utilized perfectly. Yes, it's a trend. Indeed, we have broken this key level, but we have broken enter a specific zone to go all the way up. We went all the way up. Why? Because that was the intention. The intention was not to go all the way down. Although this looked very much like a bearish momentum if you look at it in a broader way. I mean, I look at this, I could assume that this is going bearish, but they have decided other way. And the beauty of trading is that they're taking the time. 3 days and 4 hours, they took their time for them to go all the way up. Not just do it quickly like that. Why? Because they need liquidity, okay? It's a liquidity game, it's a zero-sum game. So on this zone was 27.17. Specifically, this zone has been where we have the cash, okay? They've injected a lot of money to go all the way up. From here, we have 1,000 pips on the bullish side. Okay, 1,000 pips Not surprisingly, then afterward they went all the way down. But anyway, the sake of this video is key level. I want you to remember those rules. Touch as many as weak as possible. Don't force them. It's not perfect. You'll get better. You have different time frame with different key level. One last I'm going to give you on 5 minutes, for example. You can even find key levels on 5 minutes. Very simple. I see one just instantly. Okay, right there. Beautiful key level being utilized perfectly. See, again, this is not perfect. They haven't bounced exactly on the key level. They've let a little room and then went all the way up. You should not expect for it to touch exactly precisely. Although my key level is very, very, very precise, this has not been utilized as perfectly as you would have assumed. Okay, so you have this key level. I could draw you one last, there you go, right from the end. There's no proper direction, but you'll get better by doing them on and on and on. You'll get better. So look at this key level. Lovely key level. It's in between certain price action. It's not perfect. It's very further along from where we've started, right? We're the 3rd of January here. Normal. I mean, you know, price changes, things change, especially it's a 5 minutes. So they will definitely change certain programs about their quants and bots. So things have been changed. If you go very further on the back, you might assume that things are not as perfect as when you're in the present moment. Okay, the closer you are from your time frame, the closer you would see this utility. So don't try to always look at 1 year ago key level, 1 year ago Fibonacci. It does not work like that. Key level, hopefully it was clear and cut. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want any suggestion, just let me know. Jot your comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and more importantly, I want you to know that we have a Discord community for free. We do videos over there, and we also call certain of our trades. So we're giving you basically certain trades where you can make some profit. We're not going to give you the exact entry because at the end of the day, I want you to get better. We have this Discord community for free. I want you to look at it. We're going to jot down the link down below. Join the movement. AP, the one who's going to take over this game, video game, I like to call it. Make a lot of pips. Cheers.